Hello guys, how's it going? This is Sentient Anomaly, and I'm here today to show you a few things in the Evil Within 2. Now, I've been playing this game for quite a bit. I even did a few live streams on it. And so today I can finally show you a fully upgraded Sebastian Castellano with all of the weapons, all of the unlockables. I will show you as well all of the outfits. Now, I'm not gonna cover all of the weapons because some of them are, just basic, and I'm sure that you've seen them already during the game, but I will definitely show you a few special ones, like for example the burst handgun, which is a weapon that you only get in the pre-order DLC, which was called The Last Chance, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna go outside and test a few of these guns on some enemies, some unlucky enemies that are gonna be our test subjects. So with this handgun, it's slightly more powerful than the regular ones. However, because it shoots in bursts of 3 bullets at a time, it might consume a lot of ammo, especially if you miss. And honestly, it's pretty easy to miss. So I can show you. Like, so of course all of the weapons are fully upgraded, so we have like the highest firepower right now, so they die pretty much with a few shots to the head. But you can see it's still pretty easy to miss. Now we also have all the other weapons here, all the other handguns. The semi-automatic handgun is the one you start with. The laser sight handgun is basically, makes the game look like Resident Evil 4 or 5 or 6, where you can see your laser sight and you can tell exactly if it lands on the enemy or not, and it's much more accurate. We also have the silenced handgun, which does less damage but is good for sneak attacks when you don't want to alert a whole crowd. And then we have the revolver. This is from the Evil Within 1. And you can see Sebastian holds it with just one hand. He feels particularly badass when he uses this, apparently. For the shotguns instead, we have the sawed-off shotgun, your regular shotgun, the first one you find. The 4-barreled one, which is slightly more accurate. And then the double-barrel shotgun. This one will basically shoot both shells at once. And so you will have to reload it pretty much after every shot. And this shotgun doesn't get affected by the magazine upgrades. So no matter how many bullets you can hold in your other shotguns, this one will always have only 2 shots per load. Oh, let's get away. Let me see. Let me show you the next weapons. Okay, the sniper rifle. You've probably seen how it works. Pretty straightforward. I should probably try for a headshot. There you go. And another weapon that you get very later on in the game is the assault rifle. Now this one is fully upgraded, so we can have up to 90 bullets in the magazine. And I don't remember ever finding bullets for this weapon, so you can only craft them as far as I can tell. It's a pretty good weapon, especially on bosses, like the final boss, where you have to unload a bunch of bullets on it quickly. So you can tell, that once you aim and spray, enemies can die pretty quickly. Of course, right now I'm not caring how much ammo I'm using, so I'm like just aiming at their chest. But I wouldn't use the assault rifle for regular enemies, but it's an option. So next we have the Warden crossbow. This is also another weapon that you get pretty early on in the game, and you can load different bolts on it, just like in the first game, with different elements like electricity, ice, smoke, or explosive. And then you have also the regular harpoons, but because this is a fully upgraded weapon, you can see that my harpoon is actually on fire. So this will make enemies go on fire right away when you shoot them with it. And it's pretty much a one-shot kill. I don't think that the fire can like transmit from one enemy to another, even if they're close enough to like touch each other. I've never seen the fire spread. I'm not sure if it's possible, but definitely you can have a lot of fire if that's what you're into with a flamethrower. Now this is a later on weapon that you get. You need to kill like 4 Harbingers in total. The first one is a story event, so you cannot miss it. It's a mini boss, and then you have to kill like I think 3 more Harbingers to get the parts you need to repair the flamethrower and also to get the fuel. So we're gonna test this right now, and boom, you can see you can just make a nice barbecue of these infected guys or whatever they are. I think they're called the Lost, like the official name, right? Should be the Lost. So this is a pretty good weapon to use when you have like a bunch of enemies close together, and you know you can just spray some flames over them and kill them all quickly. Next we have, okay, finally we can show you the Magnum. This, you get this by completing the game on normal difficulty, I believe. I mean, I completed it on normal and that's when I got it. So, and it's obviously super powerful. It kills almost everything with one shot, even if you don't aim for the head. So it's pretty useful. Just keep it for the bosses, keep it for the toughest enemies later on in the game, like the Harbingers, for example. I think it's good to use it on them. Let's see if I can find some more enemies to use this on. Alright, let's see. Boom. It doesn't have piercing as far as I can tell, so even if you line the enemies up, the bullet will not go from one to another. But it's still pretty good, regardless. Let me try to line them up. Yeah, it definitely doesn't pierce, but no matter where you shoot them, even if you shoot them in the leg, they're just gonna die. That's how powerful the Magnum is. Now, I think the only thing left to cover as far as the weapons go is the brass knuckles. Now, this is you can toggle it on and off, so if you don't want to have it, if you just want to use your knife regularly, you can just disable the brass knuckles, and you will use that as your melee weapons. Otherwise, you just, when you enable it, this is gonna replace both your knife and your axes, if I remember correctly. I mean, you can still pick it up, but then you will be using the brass knuckles. And then I think if you unequip it, you still have your axe underneath. So basically the brass knuckles goes on top of whatever melee weapon you're currently using. Of course, this I think is more powerful even than the axe. Let's see if I can find somebody to smash their head with it. Hey, anybody here? I wanna test my brass knuckles. The brass knuckles is another unlockable weapon, and you get it for completing the game on nightmare mode. Here we have a couple of enemies that are about to have a taste of the brass knuckles. You see, they died just pretty much right away. Boom! Chop their arm off. So it's a great weapon if you love just punching people to death. Just use the brass knuckles. So here we have a more serious enemy. So we're gonna see how many bullets it can take from a Magnum. Now keep in mind that this is nightmare mode, so the enemies should be a little bit tougher than the normal survivor mode. So let's see how it goes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and I think it's already down. So you can count on the Magnum for, you know, killing pretty much anything rather quickly. Now let's try our assault rifle. Let's see how much bullets we have to use to put this ugly son of a bitch down. Let's see. It's already dead. But we have more friends around here to play, so... Yep, that's pretty much it. So you may have noticed that over here we also have an infinite ammo supply option, which basically we can toggle it on and off. And if it's on, the ammo counter just disappears. This means that not only we don't have to worry about how much ammo we have, but also we never have to reload at all. So for example, in the case of the double barrel shotgun, which is a weapon that you normally have to reload after every shot because it will fire both of your shells at the same time, and then then it's completely empty. When you have infinite ammo on, then you can just keep on shooting forever. To unlock the infinite ammo supply option, you need to complete the game on classic mode, which is a game mode that you unlock after completing the game on Nightmare. It's pretty challenging because you can only save like 7 times during the entire game, so it can be quite tough, but once you accomplish it, then this is what you get. Regarding the outfit, you can see that I'm not wearing the standard one, I'm wearing the one from the first game. This is also an unlockable that you get just for completing the game. And if you prefer the style of the first game, then you can choose this outfit. So to change outfit, you have to go to Sebastian's room. So use the mirror and then you'll be right there. And then you can go here in his private office and interact with this rack, and you can find the rest of the outfits. Now these, the professional one and the drifter, are actually the ones that you see at the beginning of the game. This is the one that appears when you are in that dream sequence where you're like running to the house on fire. This is what you're wearing. And then the drifter outfit instead is what Sebastian is wearing in that cutscene, also at the beginning of the game, when Kidman finds him in the bar. Now I'm gonna show you what they look like in game. So this is the professional outfit, just blue shirts with sleeves rolled up and a loose tie. And this is the drifter outfit. Now this is actually basically just the regular outfit with a green jacket on top of it. So it's not that different, but it's still cool. If you feel cold outside, you can just put a jacket on and keep warm. Now there is one last unlockable that I want to show you. This is something that was present in the first game when it first released. So they didn't have that in the second one as a regular feature, but they kept it as an unlockable. So when you finish the game, if you go to your options under General and the HUD display, then you can see that you got a new one here called Letterbox. Basically, if you apply it, then the game will look like this, with 2 black bars at the top and bottom to make, well, I guess the developers think that this is kind of like a more cinematic experience. I'm not sure why that would be considered so, but that's what they say. So if you like it that way, you can enable this option. I personally prefer to have all of my screen covered in in actual pixels, so I usually keep this disabled. But it's another option. If you want to have a different feel of the game after you complete it once, you can enable Letterbox and see how that works for you. So this is it for this videos, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you managed to discover a few more interesting things about the unlockables and weapons and outfits in The Evil Within 2. If this video was useful or interesting to you, please leave a like or maybe even subscribe. I release videos regularly, even though recently I'm not sure what I'm exactly doing with my YouTube career, but yeah, I'm still doing it. So feel free to check the rest out. So feel free to check the rest of my channel out, and I will see you soon. See you.